Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Dark and Into the Light. Today we're going to be reviewing the Spider-Man Stealth Suit Deluxe version. So, let's get to it. Alright, we're back. Let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Got a nice little holographic cover there. Of course, this is the deluxe version. Side, bottom, top, and back. Alright, let's go ahead and slide off this protective cover. My monkey's looking pretty good there. Bottom, side, open cover, and stereo. Excellent. Alright. Let's go ahead and pull him out. Again, nice little trick to pop these off without bending the cardboard. There we go. Gently pull him out. Set these off to the side. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and get him set on the table. And we'll go ahead and review each one of these pieces. And then we'll do some posing. Alright, stand by. Right, we have him unboxed. Comes with quite a bit of accessories. Most Spider-Man do. Obviously, we have quite a bit of hand poses, which is something that's needed for a Spider-Man figure. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, including the 2 fists he already has. Obviously, we have the spider sling available. Different grab, reaching hands. We do have a plethora of webs and another pack here, which we'll be making use of a little bit later. Obviously, a nice spreading web. Alright, different sets of eyes. This one's the one that looks like it pops up. We have 2 more narrow eyes. And some wider eyes. We have the Spider-Man figure itself. Nice solid black. Zipper. Utility belt. Definitely looks tactical. Looks great. Looks right from the movie. Figure out how much he poses here. Probably pretty well, given he's a Spider-Man figure. And then, of course, this pops off and you can see his eyes. Pretty nice. Comes with a dynamic stand. We'll make use of here. And then the molten elemental base. very nice. Plastic, but definitely looks pretty real. Now it does have a screw on the bottom. I didn't see any batteries that came in the pack, so I'm assuming they're in here. We will find out. All right, so that's what came in the box. Let's go ahead and do some posing, and then we'll take a look and go over my feedback on just how bendable he was, how posable he was, and make use of all of his little accessories. So we'll be right back. Okay, so some post-posing reviews here. Generally, I think I really enjoyed the Spider-Man still suit figure. He looked great in several poses. From my experience with the Spider-Man, he did have a little bit of posability issues, surprisingly. I mean, he poses really well, but his shoulder, it just doesn't rotate, even by finagling it a bit to get it straightened up over his head. I don't know if it's something to do with the actual tactical suit shoulder pad above it, which I did try and move out of the way, but it does feel like the shoulder just does not rotate in a means to actually get his arm in a straight up position. Now I could play around with him a little bit longer and see if I actually do it, but I tried several times and it just didn't work. I really enjoyed the flexibility of his torso. It does move pretty far, but unfortunately it doesn't actually stay. I would like it to have more of a ratchet, something that would click and then stay, so that you can get his really balled up swinging forward as well as his arch back. Here he stayed in his arch fairly well, but it's still, you can push him past that degree marker and really get him into a nice Spider-Man curve backflip, but he just doesn't stay in that position. Given that he has a tactical suit, and I'm sure the other spider suits have the same setup, but in his ankles, it's quite mobile, but there's always this little gap between the ankle and the actual shoe, kind of no matter what position you have him in. So it's a bit odd. He does kind of have an ankle that right below the actual, right above the foot, and I guess it's an extra large ankle. It's a movable piece as well. So it leads itself to having a lot of different positions, but it's very open, and whereas the other one's likely covered by fabric or material. So that's noteworthy. The web slingers, they did have a bit of plastic kind of blocking the hole, so when you try and slide in the webs, I needed to actually grab a toothpick and kind of get some of that plastic cleaned up from the processing to actually get them to slide in very gently. So that's something that's noteworthy. I know that his eyepieces are interchangeable, and it is like a flip-up goggle from the movie, and they look pretty spot on. They do hover just a bit over the eye, so if you're at an angle, you can see that it's not quite flush with the rest of the head sculpt. Not a deal breaker. You're obviously probably going to be at a distance, even a couple feet, and you won't really notice it, but sitting right here and looking over at him, I can definitely tell. But again, it all depends on lighting. Coming back to the hands and the feet, I did notice that the fabric does wrap around up into the peg that's in there, and at least on the arms. And with that, some of that fabric can help push the hands off. So I struggled with hands consistently popping off during posing. The feet, again, you can articulate it very well, but they do lend themselves to popping off. In addition, then they actually pop off more so than the hands. The elemental molten man on the bottom. I love there's actually two settings for light: a pulsing one, which is set right now, and then an all-on one. They do have like stuff on Amazon or whatever where you can just plug in the batteries and basically just run a cable from them and then keep it on all the time. But in this case, I just put in 3 AAA batteries. Probably store them off most of the time there. It looks like a pillar, piece of the building that is being broken off from the merry-go-round scene there in the movie. It's mostly rock, though, which I thought was a little odd, considering that, he fed off of steel. So I would have liked to have seen more steel and him absorbing it in. But, I mean, I can't complain about a Molten Man in this deluxe version. It does look pretty nice. They took the effort to make it look like it's cooling, and that is molten, by giving it like these speckled black, red, and different colors, tinting the plastic to give it that more of that molten lava look. Definitely super pleased. Let's take a look at our notes here. Okay, yeah, so I thought this was quite strange, but they actually included, and I didn't go over this even though it was on the table earlier, but this is a actual neck piece. I have not pulled it out because the next video will be on the actual advanced suit Spider-Man, and it comes with the portrait head. So at that point in time, I would bring this guy back in and swap out the neck piece, which I'm assuming that's for is to be able to interchange those heads since they are from the same movie. So, but just having it on its own and not having an actual head that comes with it is a bit odd as an accessory. Again, not bad, but let's keep it on hand and see how that looks when we get there. On the actual webs, and this is quite true for any of the Spider-Man, they're just a little wobbly. They look cool. They don't go a long distance. They're quite fragile, so you can easily snap off an end or have an animal bite it in half, which happened to me earlier today. But on Amazon, they do sell these thread wired spools, and I'm not going to do it here in this review video, but when we look at the rest of the collection, I'll probably be leveraging this wire instead of the actual web that comes with Spider-Man. It looks true to form. I mean, it's white. There's nothing real spool up about it, but you can twist the wire into shapes, get the little nuances like you would in these accessory pieces. But it's nice to have something that's quite a bit longer, a little bit more sturdy for display purposes. So technically, with this wire, if his hands didn't fall off, you could probably leverage it in a DTOF or a module case of some sort to have him actually hang on it without much concern of the actual thread or wire breaking. How you attach it, on the other hand, without it actually causing damage to the figure is something that you'll have to figure out. And when I get to that point, I'll definitely show that around. But this is fairly cheap. I think I spent like $6 to $8 on it, something along those lines. So pretty good deal. Okay, and I think we talked about just about everything. Yeah, we mentioned the web holes for the web slingers having to be opened up. But yeah, if you guys like the video, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when videos are posted, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good day.